Hello, welcome back to the woods. This is a US Army right angle torch, flashlight, call it what you like. And this, well, when I was a kid, this was my favourite torch. It was brilliant. It had a strong, powerful beam. It felt really solid. It had a signalling button, so I could send signals with it. And it had coloured lenses, because I could put either white light or I could put a red lens, or lots of other colours. I had a green and a blue and a white opaque one, all stored in this little compartment at the bottom. And this, wow, this was my go-to item. And one of my favourite things with it is it had a clip on the back, and I could clip it to stuff like me, or a rucksack, anything, a belt. It was a great item, and for a very long time this was my main go-to torch. Then things like the mini Maglite, etc. came along, and then finally a Petzl Zoom head torch. But for a very long time, this was it. This was the way to go. Now, while I'm waxing lyrical about this, it did have its downsides. It ran on 2 D-cell batteries, so it's quite a bit of weight to it. It's also quite big. It's not really an EDC item, but it was still an item that I actually never threw out. Once the Maglite, etc. came along, it went into a drawer, and I never could quite bring myself to throw it out. Oh, how things have changed. So roll the clock forward 45 years. The whole world has progressed massively since then. Things have changed a great deal, especially in the world of technology and flashlights, etc. Now, I was contacted by a company called Wuben, who make flashlights. Yeah, flashlights, I know. And they said, would you be interested in having a look at a couple of our products? So I did the usual, went on their website, checked them out. Yeah, it's a lot of the usual. There's a few ones that look quite unusual. Anyway, they sent me over one of their items, something called the X2 Pro. Wow, what an item. A very good professional grade flashlight. They then got in touch and said, yeah, we've sold out of that, but would you be interested in having a look at something that's very new, something we haven't released yet, something we would like a little bit of feedback on? I was like, yeah, okay, send it over. And they did. And wow, that's all I'm going to say is wow, because, well, you're about to see. This is the Wuben G5. It's not actually released yet. It's released on the 8th of April. That's right, today. And everyone I've shown this to has said the same thing. My God, that's incredible. And it actually really is. So this doesn't look like your regular flashlight. Usually they are tubular for starters. Yeah, they come in varying sizes, but they're all pretty much tubular. Not this one. And that's one because this one, well, it's not like any other flashlight. The only flashlight I've ever found that is anything like this is this. But this one is only this big, and it weighs, well, probably what the cap of this weighs. This is really quite something. I'm not the only one who thinks it. Everybody I've shown this to, they've all said the same thing. Yeah, that is a really very good piece of kit. So let's take you on a walk round of what you get on the Wuben G5. Number one, you get a solid metal body, something that's not going to crack, break or anything else. It is good and solid. They've done drop tests and all of that sort of stuff. I've shoved it in my pocket, thrown it in rucksacks, all of those bits and pieces, completely unscathed. So good solid body on it. It's also got a little loop on the bottom there that you can put a small lanyard through, which they supply. Also on the back here you've got a little switch, and do you remember on the old right handles it had those 2 bars on the side to prevent you accidentally knocking it on? This has got the same. It's got a little lock. It's got 3 positions. So that one where it's fully down, that is now locked. I can't turn it on. If I move it up one, that now means I can switch it on, like so. And then if I go up to the 3rd position, that exposes a USB-C recharging port, because this is a rechargeable. Let's move that one back down. You then got above that, you've got your little switch, which, as you saw, if you press that once, it turns it on and off. But it does something else as well. So if I turn that on, excellent. Now, you know, on most torches, they've got that annoying thing where you have to cycle through. If you want to improve the brightness or take the brightness down, this, you just rotate that wheel. How cool is that? And if I want to go back up the other way, turn it up the other way, great. So none of that annoying step stuff. That's clever, isn't it? Next thing you can do, well, this on the top here, our right angle bit, doesn't have to stay right angled, because this rotates. So you can have it as a front facing flashlight if you prefer that way, or you can take it back down as a right angle, or if you want, you can flip it all the way over. So again, yes, it's a right angle torch, but it doesn't have to be, because you can move it. Now also over on this side, what we've got is a little clip, so I can clip it to things, yeah, on the side, which does have its uses. I prefer it. If you move this up, I can put it on the front, or if I move it back, I can put it on the back. The clip is a really good, strong clip, so I can now clip this to clothing or straps, or I can clip it to the peak of my baseball cap, and then I can angle this either forward or down, so it becomes hands-free in lots of different ways. The base is magnetic, so I can put it onto metal things like the underside of a car bonnet if I want to check out what's happening or not happening in my engine. So it's got lots of different hands-free options, so that is a really big tick for an everyday carry light. Yeah, pretty good so far. Pretty good so far, I think you'll agree. But that's not all it does, because if I switch it on, like so, if I push again and hold, it changes colour to red light. Excellent for preserving your night vision after dark. But do you remember in my right angle, it didn't only have red. This one doesn't only have red. It has blue and green as well. And all I do is just rotate that wheel, and I can change it. Oh, there you go. To whichever colour I want. And it will do red, green, blue. All to cover a whole range of different tasks. It's got another sequence as well, where you can have the different coloured lights rotating in different patterns as a beacon. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Superb. Very well thought out item. Yes, it doesn't look like a regular flashlight, nor does it perform like a regular flashlight, but who cares? This is very, very good. Now it will chuck out I think it's a maximum of about 400 lumens, which compared to a lot of torches nowadays ain't a whole lot, but it's good. It's very, very good. I've used it after dark, and that 400 lumens seems to be an awful lot more. If I double click it, it goes to turbo mode. The run times on it are excellent. In the coloured light modes, it's chucking out about 10 lumens, but in those coloured light modes where you don't want it to shine that far, you're probably using it for a specific task. So this, I think, is probably the best EDC torch I've ever seen, period. There's nothing else that quite compares to it. Yeah, my mini Maglite years ago, that was great, but I had to physically change those coloured bits in the front, and actually the thing that held it in place didn't always hold on that secure. It would fall off, so I had to tape it in place. So you couldn't just switch between different light modes. With this, you can. I can have it in different positions. It can be a headlight. I can attach it to my clothing. I even use it inside my basher. It's just put up on the jungle line above me, and all the lighting I need is literally just there. This is a cracking bit of kit. So everybody I've shown this little item has been blown away. Super impressed. But just like you, they've got this little nagging question in the back of their head. Yeah, but it's going to cost me an arm and a leg, isn't it? Well, this is the other bit that blows people away. No, it's not, because these are $19.95. That's dollars or pounds, because apparently the two seem to be interchangeable at the moment, and they're on sale from today. There is a link in the description box down below to the Wuben site, and there is a link over there which is specific to me, so you can purchase it through there. I think for that sort of money, yeah, go and get one. In fact, don't get one, get a couple, because what you're going to find is this is such a useful item. You're going to want more than one of them. They're going to go in your work bag, in your go bag, in your car, in the cupboard under the stairs where the meter is, because this is just such a useful bit of kit. And I know there's a few people out there who are thinking, yeah, he's just trying to sell them. That's why he's saying it's such a wonderful thing. No, this I actually believe is a brilliant bit of kit, and I've been blown away by it. Thank you ever so much, Wuben, for sending it over, because yeah, it's a brilliant item, and I will be getting several more, one for each member of the family, in fact, because I think it's such a good bit of kit. Now, if you enjoyed this video, remember, hit that thumbs up button, and if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel. Down below in the description box, as well as a link to this one, there's also links to my Etsy shop, where you can get the Greencraft patch, as well as various other bits and pieces that I make from time to time, as well as links to my social media, both Instagram and Facebook. So pop over there and have a look. I think that's everything. I've been Neil. Oh no, it's not quite. There is, coming up at the end of July, the Shropshire RV. I'm going to be there doing a talk. Head over and check it out. I've put a link in the description box. Who knows, I might see you there. Anyway, that's everything. I've been Neil, and until next time, stay safe in the woods.